Eric.
Hi, good afternoon, Julia and Steve and the audience. My name is Eric, WA4EMN, and I am the Vice President of the Kings Point Amateur Radio Club in West Central Florida. And today I'm going to walk through how our radio club has worked with the town and the local emergency services, county emergency services, to facilitate communications when everything turns off during hurricane season. Being in West Central Florida, hurricane season is a big issue for us. And going to take you through a few slides today, only a couple of them, but help to get the message through. The KPARC is a small amateur radio club that's very open in radio communications in general. We have members who are GMRS licensed. We have a program called the Disaster Radio Service. That's where the focus of this presentation is going to be. And then we have associate members who don't have a radio license, but they have an interest in the technology and looking for a stepping stone into a radio communications hobby. We operate many different types of facilities, repeaters, all types of digital modes. APRS, our weather station, works with the National Weather Service through the CWOP program. We are probably the premier testing site for amateur radio licenses in Hillsborough County. And most of our members participate quite heavily in Skywarn, Aries. In fact, one of our members is the coordinator and on the board of Aries for Hillsborough County. We have 3 other members who are on staff. We also maintain the radios and repeater systems for the local security patrol and volunteer rescue squad. So very much into the local community. Being in West Central Florida, disasters like hurricanes and tornadoes are an annual event. June 1 through November 1 is hurricane season. And although we have tended to be a protected area, we haven't really seen a lot of heavy activity in the past years leading up to 2022 through 2024. We started getting hit rather hard with Ian and more so with Milton. With Milton, we brought down the 12% of the cellular phone systems. Polk County and Sarasota County, which are counties around us, also saw significant hits to their cellular phone system. Internet services, tech services were all down for several days. And we're about 8 years into our disaster radio service. We actually handled a little over 12 calls in relaying to county dispatches. I've got slides to that effect. Our disaster radio service deployed throughout, Our disaster radio service is deployed throughout the area of Sun City Center, Florida. We have approximately 800 DRS members. And this is a retirement area. So our membership in the DRS program range from about 60 to, I think the oldest we have is 98. So we've gotten these people to use radios to communicate. We run regular tests every Wednesday where all the participants test their radios to make sure that they can be heard. If you notice the blue dots, those are the actual DRS or disaster radio service users. And the red dots are our listening stations, and the listening stations are made up of combination of hams and GMRS. There's approximately 125 HOA or homeowners association or condo owner association users, and I'll explain how we work with them as well. So the disaster radio service has been broken down into 5 major user groups. There's control stations, and these are high-performing amateur radio stations which have ham radio, LMR, land mobile radio, GMRS, also fully digital capable to be able to communicate with WinLink and other digital modes. Listening stations, as you recall, the red dots, they can be hams and LMR, but they have to be a minimum of GMRS. The system that we use, or the process we use, is a shared frequency between the FRS and the GMRS radio systems. All the DRS members use the Retevis RT22 FRS radio, which I have right here. They're all uniquely numbered and databased accordingly. Then we have the HOA and COA members, and these next two groups are groups that we're adding new for 2025. The HOAs are going to be up on GMRS. We'll be deploying the RT97L 25 watt Retevis repeater, and we'll be utilizing the Retevis RT87. I've got that actual model number on the next slide. The management and the vendors are on an LMR system, which we manage for them as well, and that's a commercial radio repeater and frequencies. That's to ensure that the management teams don't have any conflict. As we know, GMRS and FRS are not coordinated bands. And this is how the communication works. Sorry for the busy slide, but let's start with KPARC here in the middle. This is our radio room, our shack in ham terms. We have amateur communications with the County Emergency Operations Center, known as the EOC. We're speaking with the amateurs from Aries who have a permanent position in the EOC and the Sheriff's PSOP. We usually communicate with voice and follow up with WinLink. WinLink is a radio-based email service. We have both UHF and HF capabilities with the EOC. We also are on the LMR radio system with the local volunteer emergency squad, so we can call for ambulance dispatch over their LMR radio system. And of course, we can also monitor and communicate with the residents and the DRS users. They're using their RT22s, and we're using GMRS radios. We also communicate with ham bands with the listening stations, those red dots that were on the map dispersed out. And one of the key reasons why we have these listening stations deployed are twofold. Number one, as you're aware, the FRS is a low power radio system. We want to make sure that we've got ears near the members or users so that they can be heard. There's also the possibility that the hurricane may take out the building where the radio club is, and therefore we have the redundancy of having listening stations. Some of these listening stations are actually control stations where they have the ability to work with LMR and the digital modes as well. Then we also have the ability to communicate directly with the association presidents, the HOAs, the homeowners associations, the condo owners associations, using the GMRS system. They'll be using the RB75 handheld from Retevis. And again, they'll be utilizing the RT97L GMRS repeater. We also have LMR deployed using the RT86A for both the vendors and the employees of the management service. There's a very large organization of management services that are paid for by the HOAs to manage the buildings and manage the properties and take care of fallen trees and the like. So they're on the LMR service. or radio system. And again, we as Kings Point Amateur Radio Club have LMR communications with that part of the organizations. We've gone to kind of great lengths to ensure that we can hear everybody. If you notice the image in the upper right-hand corner, our GMRS antenna is connected to a 50-watt GMRS radio using 7/8 inch hard line on top of a 75-foot tower. And we can be heard 80, 90 miles away. We have solid coverage of the FRS users in our small town. And of course, that's connected to, it's on the same tower as our 9-element beam, which we use for communications with the EOC. If the EOC should be taken out, we can also speak directly with Tallahassee, which is the State Emergency Operations Center, and as well as normal message passing, we can handle that as well. So I'm at question time now. If anybody has any questions for me. Yeah, so I see from Ben, we do have marine capabilities at our club. We've been granted permission to utilize the Sheriff's Department license. We primarily listen. We don't talk on the marine system, but we do listen. The same thing with 11 meters or citizens band. We listen just because it is an emergency, and anybody calls for help, we want to make sure that we're able to communicate.
Okay, everyone, just give me a second. Okay, let's give a big round of applause to Eric first for his wonderful presentation. Now we understand how local emergency radio clubs build and maintain emergency communications networks for their communities. Since not everyone has ability to operate amateur radio, accessibility and ease of use are crucial for regular community members. That's why emergency communication systems based on GMRS and FRS are a great option for normal users. Many of our audience members are amateur radio operators, so you have skills to set up similar network for your families and communities. I hope Erica's experience will be helpful to you all.